Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Total War Warhammer. We are starting yet another new campaign. To add on to the 6 we already have ongoing, we are adding in the Crooked Moon tribe, a group of night goblins led by the nefarious Skarsnik. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and hear what the advisor and stuff has to say. I'm looking very forward to this. Skarsnik has been tempted away from the 8 Peaks on a hunting expedition to the old stunty hold of Karak Azgrads, looking for a rare breed of cave squigs. As Skarsnik and his most loyal lads capture the squigs, word reaches him that an orc boss has taken over in his absence, proclaiming himself the new warlord of the 8 Peaks. Instead of outrage, Skarsnik smiles a long, devious smile. At last, a challenge.
From your redoubt in Karak Azgaraz, you have plotted your return to the 8 Peaks. Stolen by filthy, perfidious greenskin rebels. The road back to the peaks will not be simple. You must head east into Empire territory. Humans have no love for greenskins, so you must fight tooth and nail to overcome them. Past the Empire, both the border princes and the dwarfs will attempt to hamper you further, but you must destroy all in your path. To the south, in Karak Izor, the foul Belagar Ironhammer has aspirations to reclaim his ancestral home. The 8 Peaks are yours, Skarsnik. Do not relent until the threat is dealt with, and they are back under your control. Your enemies are belligerent and won't necessarily cow down to your indomitable will. They need to be tamed, broken, or annihilated. You have overthrown rebellions before, and will do so again. All those who oppose you will face your rage, and then the hunger of Goblin, of course. Destroy and devour all those who stand against you.
Alright, Skarsnik is the self-styled warlord of the 8 Peaks, sat atop a dwarf throne laying waste to all who challenge his dominion. Now he finds himself in the west with the Umis and the Stunties between him and his mountains. Might as well wreak some havoc on the way back, eh? Alright, how they play Crooked Moon. The Karak 8 Peaks, the very core of this campaign, must be conquered, taking note of the game effects, blah blah blah. Alright, so I can only recruit orcs once I've arrived at Karak 8 Peaks. However, I also have the benefits, there's a unique building chain once I get there. My upgrade and recruitment cost for goblins is minus 40%. Hero action cost is minus 50% for my goblin heroes, and they get bonus experience. Alright, and hopefully this realm right here is going to be playable soon, based on the hints that have been dropping. Okay, so we actually start off without a, without the joys of a capital, which is certainly not very bueno.
Supreme ruler of 8 Peaks.
So we need to get busy. I probably should. So we're going to start moving our way straight for there and pick up a bunch of goblins. We're going to send our big boss ahead to try weakening the walls so I can get through here sooner rather than later. The good news about this campaign is that you can afford to have a ton of goblins. And I mean a ton. Alright. So what can you do for me? Alright, why don't you damage the walls? Alright, and the reason we're having him do that is because we want to start leveling him up as quickly as possible to be good at his job. And we're going to pick up goblins and then just keep marching on Karak Norn. We'll probably pop a raiding camp once we cross the next threshold. Alright. I got schemes. Alright, so let's pick up some nasty let's pick up some nasty skulkers. And you I'm gonna worry about trying to kill them. I love this little setup here at the top. It's neat. And Belagar's already on the move. Alright, Karak Norn has left his fancy little hold. I'm not sure if I'd be able to make it or not. No, I can't. But I think he's coming for me, so I'm actually going to fall back for the moment and worry about getting more of an army. See if I can kill this guy. Damn! It's always worth trying to kill a new lord when they spawn, because if you succeed, they suffer some pretty nasty penalties. Alright, so we're gonna kind of have a standoff here until my army's full, which is fine. I have no issues with this. Yay! Dead Rune Lord. Ha! Sly Demiser. Oh wow, you got a bunch of experience points and I wasn't paying attention. Inspector and Infiltrator. Because I'm going to need him to do as much damage to those walls before I arrive. That way, if we're lucky, there will be a hole in them. Which, don't ask me how that works, it just does. Alright, so I'm going to want to drop 2 of these and pick up 2 more units of Skulkers. And okay, that army is good. And now I'm going to do as much damage as I can to these walls. And then we want Bodyguard so that he's hard to kill. And Goblin's just doing his little happy dance. Alright. Let's get to work. I've got a full 20 stack and we are ready to wreak some havoc. And we're just gonna keep killing his heroes. Or keep killing his lords. We're going to put him in as much of a miserable position as we can. I want these dwarves to be absolutely sick of me by the time we're done with them. It looks like he might have actually marched south to go deal with something. Yeah. So, yeah, he's just abandoning Carrignor, and he's like, fuck this. I don't want to deal with all these goblins, you kidding me? Alright, put a hole in the wall. Failure! Oh, because he assassinated someone. Yeah. Fine, then. Oh, wait, I've got an Arachnarok. Okay, so I get Skarsnik's Bad Moon Banner. When the leering face of the Bad Moon Banner rises, all the Night Goblins swell with an insane blend of daring and battle madness. And we can give it to a Goblin unit, it's going to make them crazy strong. So I'm going to give this to a unit of Nasty Skulkers for now. Well, no, I'm going to give it a unit of Night Goblins. It's got to go to some Night Goblins. It's just this. We just got to keep it that way. So, it's good to be back. Sorry, I know like the daily uploads kind of fell behind. I had like 8 days worth of work in a row with no time off, which was like the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. That's not true, but it was annoying. And I was waiting to get a day off, and I started getting nothing but closing and opening shifts, also known as the feared Clopeners. Which, of course, the worst combination is a close followed by an open, which I had those. And I was just so exhausted, I just didn't want to do anything. Like, when I was at home, I would eat and then work a little bit on some assignments. Like, write a little bit of a script, but I would, like, fall asleep on my laptop. I just couldn't take it. Alright, so we got our Arachnarok, which starting off with an Arachnarok's awesome. And then we've got one of the new units. The beautifully animated and hilarious Squig Hoppers, which are excellent. So excited to put them in action. Of course, we've also got the Nasty Skulkers, which are hard to detect goblins that wield twin hand weapons, which I'm always excited to see more unit variant types. So, Arachnarok will take down the door. Squig Hoppers will follow in behind him. As will I, and I start off with Tricksy Traps, which is a pretty badass ability. So that's going to be really useful for getting my guys to the wall. Archers are going to line up to cause some havoc, and then we are going to run up the wall and do what we can to overwhelm it, along with our goblins. Let's get this started. we've got the numbers. Alright, so Skarsnik, let's go ahead and do that to make everyone run faster, because that 24% speed is going to help a lot. And we're going to move the goblins as well. Okay, what's y'all's range? Okay, y'all only need to go to about there. Alright, so now these guys are in position, and they're going to start making it rain. And we're going to just flood the walls with nasty skulkers. Because dwarves, nasty skulkers are pretty much a solid counter to dwarven units. We're going to get some night goblins up as well. And what I'm going to do with our regular goblins is send them further down the wall to get up. I'm going to run over to the gate along with my squig hoppers and my regular goblins. So y'all aren't in range of anything, so let's go over here. Alright, so he's winded already. Oh, he's got... God, I really wish they would get rid of the archers on this thing's back. Or I wish they only shot when he was like in melee range. It's super annoying that it wears him out before he even gets into combat. Yeah, like everyone else is fresh and he's like exhausted. Or winded. Alright, so I'm going to unleash the squig hoppers and the Arachnarok and Skarsnik, of course. So that was a... So, yeah, absolutely just tearing our way through. Good, good, good. And the gobos are taking onto the walls quite nicely. Send in the regular goblins. And goblins getting to work. Oh, there goes a dwarf. Oh, no. He was getting vomited on and eaten at the same time. What a terrible way to go. What a terrible way to go. Alright. Okay, everybody's getting on the walls. Good, good, good. Alright, these guys are broken. We'll send the hoppers to run them down. I'm going to send Skarsnik and the Arachnarok to deal with these guys. Goblins! I got a good plan. Get onto the wall. And kill the Stunties. Come on, Goblin, let's go! Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pop this off in just a second. There we go. Helps carry everyone into the fight faster. Alright, and these guys are coming onto the walls. The Ragnarok is, of course, absolutely devastating people, as he does. And with my goblins coming on to reinforce, this is turning into a pretty one-way battle up here. Up these stairs. I didn't even realize I had a goblin unit still out here. Get up there. Alright, you guys. Alright, dwarves look like they're pretty much spent. Yeah. They just couldn't hold out. And that gives us our first major settlement, which is crucial for getting out some of our more monstrous units, such as trolls. But I really enjoy these campaigns. I think they definitely added a layer of difficulty that the game needed for people who had kind of gotten used to it. Kills around the board were pretty good. Ragnarok definitely getting MVP. Squig Hoppers did well. And a couple of the other groups did not too bad. And we're going to loot and occupy. All Goblos are sneak thieves, but this one has elevated the stripping of the... I got stuck trying to talk. Let's see. If you've never done these, by the way, the chapter objectives are a good way to earn extra gold, and they also have little, like, fun lore tidbits. They're not super important, they're just fun. Okay. And like I said, really good ways to earn some extra money. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take Route Marcher. Alright, we're going to repair the damage. And let's get a boss, or an idol. Yeah, let's get an idol going here. Alright, and Karak Norn could be doing anything from marching to go get my settlement to marching to... I think he's going to try and get into Karak Azgaraz, but we'll see. Alright, so they're probably going to rebel against me over here in a minute, and that's fine. I think if I deploy... Yeah, all I do is reduce enemy hero action. So we're just going to sort of chill up here for the moment and just do some upgrades. To get ourselves in the best possible position. Yep, and there's the rebellion, which is fine by me. That gives me somebody to crush. And he's coming after my settlement, which is okay. I will deal with that.
Skarsnik, Warlord of 8 peaks.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and crush these guys. If you've never, if this is your first time watching one of my Let's Play campaigns, you need to know the following rules. Number 1, we will play every single battle that comes up, regardless of how easy or how difficult it is. The reason is that if I don't do that and I just auto-resolve, I could usually blow through a campaign in about 3-hour-long episodes, give or take, and I just wasn't really thrilled with the content that was coming out at that speed. So I decided to step it up a little bit, and now we've got more of this setup. So a good portion of our army, of course, has Vanguard because we're goblins. I don't have any Wolf Riders yet, which is unfortunate, but I do intend to get some of those soon, because they are a pretty crucial upgrade to the typical Goblin army. Okay, and then the Arachnarok is, of course, our big heavy hitter. And then I make us fast. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and send the nasty skulkers around this boulder. Night Goblins are going to get ready to flank. Squid Hoppers are going to kind of lazily hop this way and get the Arachnarok moving. Kind of wish the Arachnarok would default to not fire at will. Alright, what I'm hoping is that the Wolf Riders are going to try and like come around here and run into my Skulkers where they'll get just chewed up. But we're going to go ahead and dedicate one of the Skulkers over here to help close this gap. Alright, and now that we're getting pretty close... Okay, we're going to go ahead and pop this, which is going to let me move really fast. Alright, so he hasn't seen us yet. So now we unleash everybody. Alright, Skarsnik gets stuck in. And thanks to Gobla, he's actually got pretty decent melee skills. Ah. Yep, and the enemy's getting absolutely shredded. The Squig Hoppers are beating up the Wolf Riders pretty good. See, I don't have anything fast enough to catch Wolf Riders yet. Alright, and we've pretty much broken these rebellious gits. Oh, is it a shaman? Yeah, it is. Send the Arachnarok after it. Alright, and then we're going to have some of our further archer units turn their attentions onto the enemy archers. Alright, that guy's getting chased after by the big scary spider. I wouldn't want to fight a big scary spider. No, thank you. If I saw an Arachnarok, I would nope the fuck out of there so fast, it would not even be funny. I wouldn't even want to fight a I wouldn't want to deal with a spider that's like the size of my hand. If it was any larger than that, I'm no. You know, I don't mind too much small spiders, but I don't really think I need 300 gold's not really worth it. Let's eat him. And he actually got away. So we're gonna have to chase him down and show him who's boss. Okay, we're definitely gonna want troglodytes, I think, because I like the idea of being able to sneak around and not getting caught when I don't want to be caught. Alright, here's our Wolf Rider. So let's drop a Goblin unit. And let's drop one Skulker unit. I have a few too many of those. And we're gonna hire the Mogrubs, Mangy Marauders, and the Moon Howlers. And they're gonna help us. They're gonna help us accomplish our nefarious deeds. And that's gonna give us some much needed mobility in our army. Somebody to keep up with the Squig Hoppers. I like the Squig Hopper artwork, but I feel like the Goblin is not the appropriate size because it makes it look like he's riding a colossal squig instead of a regular size squig. Which, if you don't know what a colossal squig is, imagine a Godzilla but like a squig. Or a giant, but it's a squig. And that's all you really need to know. Alright, Skulkers. Wheeze Gobos. Night Goblins. By the way, if you see any unit that catches your particular attention because you like it, like the Arachnarok, or maybe you're just into Nasty Skulkers or whatever, and you think that they should have a particular infamous name so that they can kind of become a regiment of renown themselves, whether in this campaign or any of my campaigns, feel free to say something, and I will gladly consider changing their name. The only rule I have about that is I like to try and keep the names roughly lore accurate. So, like, if you want to name, you know, if you come out and you're like, I think this Goblin unit should be named the Spiteful Stabbas, like, that's cool. But if you come out and you're like, I think they should be named Sir Dutchingworth's Penny Pinchers, I'm probably not going to agree to that one. That was a really weird example, but I think it gets my point across. Alright. So, we're going to tell our little guys to get moving. And we're going to get... Okay, so what's their deal? Their special thing is that they have armor-piercing missiles. Okay. And then your thing is that you cause fear. Yep. Which is going to be super great as a flank thing. Alright, we're going to get you guys in position. Start moving you guys down. Turn on that. Start shooting. I'm going to run this way. We're going to go ahead and unleash most of our fast units. Skarsnik, where are you? Let's pop it! I got the Potion of Healing, which is a really exceptional early game item. Get them, Squig Hoppers, get them! They're like, oh my god! Alright, the Arachnarok is pretty much already destroyed that unit. Because this is going to be over so quick, I'm going to go ahead and pop my healing potion so that I start off next fight at full health. Unleash the... Okay, we turn that off. Alright, and he's just going to run that dude over until the whole army breaks. And the Squig Hoppers actually caught the Wolf Riders, which is really surprising. I didn't think they were that fast. No, they're way faster. Wow, okay, so that's a super fast unit. Okay, that's good to know. So I already like the Squig Hoppers a lot. I didn't realize they were that fast. This is my first time actually sitting down and playing through a Skarsnik campaign. I played one briefly on stream, but I kind of auto-resolved a lot of the fights because I was playing on legendary difficulty, and I don't recommend doing that unless you're just trying to prove something. Okay, and we'll eat them as well. Because now what I gotta do is I have to make a choice. Either I can go backwards and try and catch... Oh, I should have taken the poison text. Try and catch him, which I'm not going to. Or I can press forward and wipe out the Grimhold and then go back for him. So I think we're going to advance... I've got plenty of health on my unit, so I think we're going to go ahead and advance for Grimhold. And I'm going to use this guy to keep assassinating their characters. To just put him in a really bad position is kind of the goal. Alright, he leveled up again. So we'll take... let's do Misdirector and Hardy. Alright, and we're coming down towards Clan Angrind. I'm probably not going to mess too much with him. Alright, so this is one of those fights where normally I would probably just auto-resolve it because it's going to be so difficult for us. But we're gonna play it out and just see if we can win. And if we can't win, we're gonna at the very least try and do as much damage as we can. This fight actually should... We're gonna lose, I'm pretty sure, because he has a Dwarf Lord, and I don't really have a way to answer that. But with these 3 units, we have a decent chance at actually doing quite a bit of damage to the their forces, because he's just not going to be able to respond to us fast enough, more than likely. Because what we're going to do sorry, is I'm going to deploy really far off in this forest, to do what I can to try and remain stealth as long as possible. Because I don't want him to find me. One thing that you can actually do in this game is run out this clock. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to speed up time and kind of see where he goes. Because if he ends up not being able to find me, then I actually have a pretty good chance of defeating him by running out the clock. Because if the clock runs out before he finds me, then he's shit out of luck. He loses. But I kind of have to pay very close attention to kind of what he does with his army. Because at the very least what I can do is you'll notice his army's kind of slowly but surely starting to spread out. And what that allows me to do is potentially get in a really good battle position to just tear apart a lot of his units. So we're actually going to go ahead and turn these guys on guard position. And have these guys grouped, and grouped. So see, so he's kind of going this way, so probably right before he makes it to that forest, like right about now, I'm going to go ahead and unleash my ranged units to tear apart this quarter unit to give me an early free kill, and I hope redirect his entire army in this direction. And then what I'm going to do is start moving up my night goblins to see if I can get on his grudge thrower and kill it before it's able to do any damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and speed up time a little bit, and his quarrelers and his other units are going to get into range, and as soon as I break this unit, I'm going to run away. That's kind of a crucial part of the plan. We're actually going to stop these goblins. Okay, so they've broken. So now we're going to run as far away as possible, as fast as possible. And these night goblins are going to kind of wait until his army is way committed to chasing. And once that we're 100% sure that he's too far away to help his old units, I'm going to be able to launch my night goblins against the grudge throwers and take them out. So once he crosses this rock, we should be good to go. And I'm going to run to this forest so that he has to stop shooting at me. I should be far enough away that he's not able to see me. That might be wishful thinking. Okay, no. Okay, so we're going to run into this forest and just do what we can to hide. And okay, and I'm going to go ahead and unleash these guys. But he's chasing my cav, which is great. That's like 100% fine. Cav are difficult to catch. So we're going to speed up time a bit. And he's not going to see my night goblins until it's way too late. He's not facing the right direction. And so they're going to be able to set upon them and just tear them apart. And at the very least, probably completely wipe out the unit. Yeah. Okay, so I've done that. So now what I need to do is I need to run away. And I'm faster than the dwarves are, so it's not too hard for me to outrun them. And now what I need to do is figure out a way to stealth my cavalry in here to make it hard to see me. Which is mostly... Okay, so now I'm completely invisible again. So now the computer has to decide what it wants to make its target. And what it's probably going to do is go to where my cav are, which is fine. So I'm going to wait until he gets pretty close, but we want to make sure he's well out of range. So that's close enough, and then we're going to break for it. And we're going to go all the way around him and try and lure him back this way. Because as long as he doesn't find my main army, we're going to be able to hold him off long enough with our tricksy goblin tactics that Skarsnik left behind, very explicitly scribbled down for us, to make sure that his army doesn't make it to us. Because the thing is, he can't afford to keep running. He can afford to pursue us, but he cannot afford to chase us with like everything he's got. Because if he does that, he's actually going to wear his troops out. And then my greenskins would be able to actually beat them pretty easily. But like, a lot of my units are fresh. And you'll notice that if we kind of cycle through his army, you're getting a lot of actives, you're getting a lot of, you're getting the occasional winded. But unless he's willing to commit entirely to just chasing me, he's never going to catch me. And we're almost halfway through the timer. So I'm actually going to run around him again. And once again, if he didn't have a Lord, this kind of tactic would be unnecessary. But unfortunately, he does have a Lord, so I'm going to have to play as nefarious as possible. And we're staying just outside that unit's range. Alright, and we're going to run back to this forest over here. And see if maybe if we get hidden, if he's going to decide to do something different. Alright, so those two units are hidden. And now this unit's hidden. Alright, he can't see anything again. And time is just a-wasting. And the only reason I'm doing this is because anything I can do to put him in a bad position is going to be worth it for me. Like, now that those grudge throwers are off my back, I know that this army can't beat me. Most of the time... Because what's going to happen is, I'm going to go take out his other settlement so that this is his only army left. And once that starts happening, he's going to be a lot more suicidal with how he uses it. And it's going to start taking attrition damage if he's not careful. Because he's not going to have any way to, like, fund it. And see, what I'm trying to see if I can get away with is if I can get away with just using one unit to give him the runaround. Because it's a lot easier to dodge around with just one unit as opposed to, like, a bunch. So I'm going to see if maybe he won't chase me. Yeah. But getting rid of that stone thrower is a big deal. It basically eliminated his only way of easily tracking one of my units. Unfortunately, because he's not running, I'm not going to be able to beat him. If he actually would start running, I could easily defeat him. Or even if I had Wolf Rider archers, I would be in a much better position. But what this is going to allow me to do is that I'm going to be able to get away with probably pushing him off this turn. He's probably not going to lay siege. He's probably just going to run away or be like pushed back a little bit. And if that happens, what I'm going to be able to do is summon a Night Goblin Shaman or something like that to lead this army, which is going to allow this army to then actually be capable of beating the dwarves. Because the main problem right now is that I don't have a general to lead this army. So I could get one of the new Night Goblin big bosses, or I can get a regular Goblin Shaman, who, in my opinion, desperately needs to be upgraded to the ability to be a Night Goblin, or to be a Forest Goblin Shaman. Please, CA, please, give me my Ragnarok Spider Mount for my Goblin Shamans. Great Goblin Shamans. But yeah, we got this in the bag. There's really no way that he's gonna catch these Wolf Riders. Dwarves are much too slow. He doesn't have any gyrocopters, which would eliminate this as a problem. He doesn't have any rangers, so he's not going to be able to outmaneuver me and try and lure me into a trap. So there's nothing he can do. All he can do is chase me until time runs out. And a draw is 100% a draw in my favor, especially since this is my lands. I regenerate, he doesn't. And we made absolutely sure, thanks to the Night Goblins, that we killed every single member of the Dwarf Artillery crew. So these Grudge Throwers are completely useless now. And I only paid one Night Goblin for it. And we even, dropped one of his Quarrelers down to 31 guys. which is very small percentage of its total health. You know, he has that out of... Oh, that's how much he can regenerate. Oh, out of 3,400. So yeah, that was a pretty low number. And he's just not in a good position. So, you know what? I probably should have checked. It's too late now. But what I probably should have checked is if I sent out 2 cav units, though now's not a bad time to test it. If I send out 2 cav units, will he split his army? Or will he remain as one cohesive force? Because what could happen is if I lure his army into 2 split factions, then I could just completely overwhelm the isolated faction, which in this case, it looks like it's totally going to work, and I might actually be able to win this fight, which would be fucking hilarious. Okay, no. So, okay, it's because this unit's stealthed. So we're going to kind of like run out some of these cav units to try and just lure his army in different directions. Just to be like, oh hey, look at us. Oop, got too close there. Alright, so his lord is almost in range, and he's not going to have enough time to get back across the field. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all of my units start shooting this guy. And then tie him up with cav. And with melee unit. I'm just going to overwhelm him. And see, his army's completely fracturing now. It's got so many places it wants to be, and it's not able to be in any of those places. Which has it in a really bad position. So, now my goal is just going to be to just keep him distracted. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pull these Wolf Riders out of this engagement. I don't think they need his help. But he's getting absolutely torn apart just because he just doesn't have the firepower to save himself. And I'm going to go ahead and commit my Wolf Riders and such to attacking this unit and see if we can kill him. Oop. See, I'm wondering if I made a mistake. Just because my units are that bad. Yeah, I would have been way better off not getting greedy there, but I really want to kill that Dwarf Lord, which is annoying. These cav units are always worse than I imagine they're going to be. Alright, I just need to last for another minute and 30 seconds and we're fine. Which seems pretty easy. Another minute or so, because a lot of my guys are just running away and rallying, which is what greenskins do best. Don't you dare break. Oh, did I get greedy? I might have gotten greedy. Woo! Okay, I got greedy. I really underestimated the Dwarf Lord. He did a ton of damage. My only hope is that this forces him to back away, and if he does back away, I can hire a Night Goblin Big Boss who would be perfectly capable of holding him off, if not killing him. So, it's a tie, so I guess I get to decide what I want to do with them. Eating them doesn't appear to give me enough numbers back to be worth it, but ransoming them does. Alright, so he counts as still attacking it. That's really unfortunate, but it delays him, which I'll take. So what I'm going to do... Can I reach Grimhold? Yes, I can. Alright, we're going to tear down Grimhold and just put him in a really crappy position. And of course, Grimhold is not a settlement, so it doesn't have any special defenses to keep me out. Well, it is a settlement. It's not a walled settlement. That's what I'm trying to say. So we should be able to capture this part of the mountains, which of course is going to put us in a really good position. We don't want to run through the forest because that's just going to slow us down unnecessarily. Alright. Skulkers. Night goblins. Squig hoppers, I want you over here. Wolf riders, and then you guys. And then Skarsnik. Alright. So we're gonna send everybody in. Alright, so everybody's on the move. The Arachnarok is going to arrive really early on the battle line, but that's 100% fine. That allows me to be a little bit more aggressive with things like my Wolf Riders and my Squig Hoppers. And of course the nasty Skulkers, who are going to absolutely wreck this Dwarf battle line. Alright, and now that he's in, we're going to go ahead and pop this to speed ourselves up. Alright. Send in the nasty Skulkers! Send in the Night Goblins! Alright, so now we send in the full Wolf Riders and the Squig Hoppers. And the nasty Skulkers are pouring in. So the doors are completely surrounded. And I mean really surrounded. Yeah, they're in a really bad position. And because they're so well surrounded, they've got a lot of exposed flanks. Yeah, they are so doomed. Where is their resistance? Nowhere, that's where. Alright, so that wraps up the battle very quickly. And we have completely defeated the entirety of Karak Norn, of course, other than his main army. But now they don't have a home. And Skarsnik's going to be coming right for him. And hopefully this fight's enough to level up Skarsnik so that I can get Dribbling Poison, which will make my army much, much more fearsome. We will loot and occupy it. And of course, I unlocked more Squigs. Him, I'm going to go ahead and send ahead to Karak Azgaraz in hopes of setting up a good situation for us there. We're going to do Pile of Shiny Stuff, because I kind of need the income. And I get 2, so I'm going to take Dribbling Tips, and then we'll take our final point and Troglodytes, so that I can sneak around as much as I want without needing to worry too much. Alright, and then I do really want that extra unit, so I'm going to drop 1 unit of archers and take in those guys. Alright, and that puts us in a pretty good position. We can issue a commandment, but it's going to be short-lived, but we're going to do Camp Ruckus. Alright. They're attacking us again, and this time we are not going to screw up our strategy. I would much rather have a draw than a loss. And I almost cost myself that last fight. This actually might have been doable if I had not gotten so greedy. So, no greed this time, only victory. And unfortunately for the computer, it doesn't appear to be able to learn from past mistakes. It just doesn't. So we're just going to sort of deploy where we need to, and that's about it. Alright, then we start the clock. Right, we're going to wait for him to get most of the way over here. And then we're going to run out a Wolf Rider unit and be like, hey, look at me, look at me! If only you could catch me! If anybody knows what that's from, points to you for being a 90s child. Or was that... No, that's way older than the 90s. I watched it in the 90s, but that particular cartoon is much older than the 90s. Into the forest. We're going to give these dwarves some horrific flashbacks to the upcoming DLC. They're like, no! Woods! Evil, evil woods. Alright, I'm trying to get him to react to me, but... Oh, shit. Maybe he has grown wiser. Maybe he has figured out that he won't fall for my reindeer games anymore. Because he seems kind of dead set marching on that forest over there. Oh my gosh, he's not falling for it anymore. Code red! I repeat, code red! Code red! Code red! Wait, is he pulling away? No. No, he is most certainly not. Oh my god, they found us. Code red! Code red! Focus your errors on Brock. Kill the Stuntie! They're not gonna kill him in time. Alright, we need to melt as many of these units as we can. Unleash my night goblins! Errors! Come around the side. I may die like a goblin, but I'm at least gonna fight like one too. Come around the side. Hold that line, Gits. Shoot! If I'm gonna die here, you're at least gonna do a good job fighting. Is this all of you? Yeah, okay. You guys, turn this on. Gabos, get back in here! I didn't say you could leave. Run away. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is looking bad. Run away! Okay, never mind. They're turning around. Oh, that's not good for the night goblins. Kill the Stunties! As many of them as we can get away with. If only these were Empire Knights instead of Wolf Riders. And mass break. I mean, we did well, all things considered. Oh man, that hurt. That really hurt. Despite a semi-brilliant strategy, we only killed 127. Oh my god. Oh boy. Yeah, Wolf Riders are good at disrupting dwarves, but if you don't have like orcs to be your pile driver, you got nothing. Alright, so Karak Asgaraz fell, which is expected, honestly. I've got a wall with Skarsnik, which is awesome. And now I am going to haul ass this way to deal with these gits. Alright, I need a boss tent. I'm actually going to go ahead and destroy this so that I can make it into a the troop recruitment place. And we're sending this goblin around the side. That way if Karak Norn tries to go underneath us, we can catch him. But we've gotten our Wa, which is kind of the most crucial part of the Greenskin campaign. Sure. Alright, I would rather have growth and recruitment costs. Alright, so we're gonna kill these guys. Damn rebels. Lucky for us, it's a really shitty rebel army. Led by Muncha Throat Cruncha. This guy has a thing for the uncha sound. And I'm really starting to, I'm enjoying our army setup. I think I kind of want to drop one more Skulker unit for just a Goblin Error unit. But we'll kind of play things by ear. But we've got some really powerful Cav units, thanks to the fact that they're regiments of renown. And let's see, Durkit Squigs, their special ability is that they have poison attacks and they're anti-infantry? Is that what it is? No. It's that they have scaly skin. Okay, so they have better armor, more health. No, they don't have more health. This unit's just wounded. So they have more health, or better armor by... Wait, no they don't. What does scaly skin even mean? Oh, they have missile resistance. That's weird. Okay, so let's set up our usual strategy. We want the Arachnarok to be the anchor for our army because he's the big thing that's super scary. And then we're going to put goblins all around him. You know, it'd probably be better just to combine these guys into two groups. Or one group. Seeing as I don't give them any different orders. I give them the same orders. And let's go ahead and put Skarsnik in the center so that he sticks with them. And then we'll put the nasty Skulkers more out to this side. We'll put our Night Gobos, if I can get it to work. Yeah, there we go. Over here. And then I want the Wolf Howlers, or the Marauders, to start over here. Moon Howlers. And then our Squig Hoppas are going to take the longer route around the back. So we're just going to go straight for the thrust, straight for the gut. Wolf Riders are going to kind of go there. You guys come around back. Night Goblins, let's go. Squiggies, let's go. And how long does Trixie Traps last? For 29 seconds, okay. So you don't want to waste it. You want to use it right before that charge connects. So I'm going to go ahead and start harassing these Wolf Riders. Alright, we're going to go ahead and bring in our Squig Hoppers. And the Arachnarok's going to turn this off, and he's going to aim for Throat Concha to just give him a bad day. Alright, and he can see my Skulkers now, which is fine. With the armor piercing, we should be more than capable of tearing up these units. Alright, and we are now close enough. We're going to pop this. And we're going to send our goblins into various units. Alright. So yep, the Skulkers won out. Good for them. And now we've got most of his units really out of position in a lot of really wild ways, which is great. His archers were trying to run from, like, everything, and that did not pan out for them. We'll let the squid hoppers chase them. I'm gonna head into this fight. Oh, you can tell who has the Bad Moon banner. Oh, they have fanatics? Oops. Do they also have fanatics? No, only one of them does. Well, don't I feel silly? I didn't realize they had fanatics. I should have been using that the entire time. Fanatics are actually kind of decent now. Alright. But that gets the rebels out of our hair. Which is good. And the reason I charge for the enemy general isn't because I'm trying to kill him, it's because I know the charge of the Ragnarok is going to punt him into the next dimension and get him out of the way. Yeah, we actually took pretty, like, they did a lot of damage to my greenskins, but they didn't kill very many of them. And we will replenish. And apparently he was in a corner, so he wasn't able to get out of the way. Alright, and I will take, ready and waiting. That's really good. I will take a point for looting is really good. I think I'll do raiding though. And then we're going to march to go the rest of the distance I need to go. And this we're going to make into this. And you're just going to keep coming around this corner to block him, because our goal is to make it so that he can't get away. And you failed. You failed me for the last time. Except for you haven't, because I'm way too lenient and nice. Okay. I'm so hyped for the Wood Elves, guys. I can't even. Ziflin wants peace. No, I'm not making peace with any of you buggers. Broken Nose, you're still alive? I would love it if you guys could hold out against Angrand. Alright, the Empire's doing their spiel. I need more money, and I need idols for the growth. Because I need to have a very fast-growing area. Alright, since my Wa is coming from this direction, I'm going to pop out on this direction to block him in, and we're going to see if we can kill Brock. Yep. So that he's going to lose his level 2 Lord, which is going to put him at a disadvantage. And then we want another point misdirector. And of course these idiots came out over here. And he's getting awfully desperate. Defensive alliance, and they'll pay me. You got it. Kazrax on the move. I still really wish they would massively buff the starting Beastman herds to make it so that the Beastman... I guess what I'm trying to say is I wish they would design the Beastman AI to be well designed to, like, try actively to, flaming attacks? Let's get that to Squid Hoppers. It's not going to be worth it to Lightning Strike, so I'm just going to encircle them for now and wait for my Wa to catch up with me. And you... why don't you go mess with Nuln? Nuln would be a very nice early prize. Just something to attack and explode, just for shits and giggles. Which is the only reason we do anything as goblins. And I'm aware that we've been going an hour. I'm going to go just a little bit longer. Not a bunch, just a little. Just because it's the first episode. No peace. I already said that like a billion times, guys. Alright, if I could actually confederate with these guys, then I could control them. Nope. You're just gonna be a bitch then. Alright, I killed Von Leibwitz just because I could. Just because I could. Alright, and... let's get Inspector. Okay, my Wa is here. This will be the last fight for today. That's just how we're gonna go extra, because we're going to conquer our base mountain range. All right, so he doesn't have any siege weaponry. Very, very basic army, but it has a lot of dwarf warriors, which are extremely dangerous to goblins. However, I do have Cav, And I also have nasty skulkers, which are really good, and more importantly, I have an Arachnarok. Halkenhoff the Scarred is the name of the man we're fighting. Oh my god, I have 2 Arachnaroks and a giant! What the fuck? Okay, so the starting army who has decided to join me is like disgustingly well equipped. Like unfairly so. So this fight is gonna be kind of a joke. So we're gonna enjoy it. So I've got a ton of monsters of just all shapes and sizes. I've also got chariots, which have me kind of moderately jelly. Gosh, look at all this shit that I have. Okay, so let's sort of split our army into like components. Night goblins, skulkers, regular goblins, archer goblins, squigs, wolf riders. Okay, and then so more archers. Well, these are night goblin archers, so I guess we'll put them with the night goblins. More night goblins. Their boss. Riders. Trolls. Okay, so... Oh, and then spider riders. So actually, I guess we can make the spider riders their own category. So this is a pretty scary as shit army. I'm not gonna lie. This is absurd. Okay, but here are all the different categories of troops that we have available to us. So I guess what our goal is going to be is we're going to go nasty skulkers are going to back up our main line because we're going to need their armor piercing. Then we're going to have our main line, which is going to consist mainly of goblin archers who will make a line, and then behind them will be our spear goblins. And of course, then we're going to combine them into a single force, led by the nefarious Skarsnik and Goblin. And we're also probably going to go ahead and... I'm going to put him in the center for that ability. I don't... let's see, is this guy on foot? I can't tell. Yeah, he is. Okay, so since he's on foot and he can't Vanguard, he'll come with us as well. Okay, so... with you and with you. Okay. Then we're going to put all of the night goblins into one group. So we're going to have night goblins and then night goblin archers. Two of which have spinning loons. So I'm actually going to put them out in front because we want the enemy to run at these guys, hit the spinning loons, and then go from there. Trolls, I'm going to put over here to be kind of their own contingent, but stay close enough to the generals that they can get in on that sweet leadership. Monsters are going to make our front line. Because what can stop them? I mean, seriously? Squigs, y'all will go around the back. You're my fastest unit. Wolf Riders. We'll go over here, because y'all can reposition fairly easily. And then Spider Riders. We'll go more towards the center for the supporting poison. And then Chariots, and we'll leave the Doom Diver by itself. Alright, Doom Diver, aim for the center of the line. Skulkers, engage. Engage. Pull over here. Pull way over here. Trolls, aim for the thickest part of the line. Monsters, get moving. Chariots. Squig hoppers. Alright. And release the loonies! Wow, those are way better than they used to be. Alright, Skarsnik. I'm gonna pop that. It's probably too late, but whatever. Alright, and my monsters are plowing into the enemy line. Skulkers! Hoppers! Wolves! And then we're going to aim some of these shooting units for the backs of units that are exposed to us, like these guys. Send in the spiders. Chariots, form up. Charge! Gotta support the trolls, yo.
Nice one.
Make sure our wolf riders are told to flee if necessary. Keep the swigs busy. Ragnarok, finish your dinner. Man, these dwarves got obliterated. Oh my god. Can I just say how nice it is on so many levels to get to play a proper goblin army? It is so nice to be able to play a goblin army that's actually good at its job. It's just, mwah, it's so pleasing to me. There are no words. Alright, a decisive victory for Skarsnik. And this time, I'm just gonna occupy it, because it's mine. I'm not gonna loot and occupy my own place. Alright, Carrick Norn is dead. I got what I wanted. Ambusher. I don't really know if I need Ambusher yet on him. I guess I will. That lets me put him in a different place, and encourages me to take more Night Goblins. Growth, that, and delete that. And in turn, issue a commandment, Camp Ruckus. But, damn, I was hoping to save them before Angren snapped its jaws, but it was not to be. Alright, now I can start making to deal with Angren. And this needs to be shiny stuff. More money for me. Alright, that'll pretty much end it for today. Looks like Angren's actually heading up early to start fighting us, which is great. That's what we want, is a big showdown with the dwarves who would seek to annoy me. And it's probably going to be time next episode for us to go ahead and build our next nefarious army, likely at Grimhold. So I hope you guys are looking forward to the next episode. I hope you guys are going to enjoy Skarsnik, and of course I hope you're enjoying everything else here on the channel. I will see more of you guys in the near future. Until then, I hope you have a great day and take care of yourselves. This has been Loremaster Sotek. Have a good day.